Thank you, everybody. I'm glad to be here. We just sold, in the last few months, 10 million units of the Nintendo Switch 2. Nobody's even thought it was possible, but we did it. It was a great achievement. You know, when I first started, years ago, after CEO Satoru Iwata, or as I like to call him, the late and not so great Satoru Iwata. You know, he was a horrible CEO. Horrible CEO. What he did almost destroyed Nintendo. You understand? It wasn't until I became in charge that things started to turn around, okay? They were horrible. The Wii U was a total disaster, okay? Was a total disaster. And until I stepped in, things didn't turn around, you know? And so what I did was we released a little thing called the Nintendo Switch. It was the most revolutionary video game console of all time. And we've now sold over 150 million units. Think of it. 150 million. Now, the highest selling console was the PlayStation 2, okay? But then, as we were about to pass them, right? As we were about to approach 150 million, which was what, you know, the PlayStation 2 sold, phony Sony decided to update the numbers last minute. So think of it. We were about to pass them, okay? We were about to pass them. And then they said, oh no, we didn't sell 150. We sold 160 million units. So we were about to pass them. And then they said, oh no, it sold 160. So I can't say that we're number one, okay? I have to say we're actually number two. But we're going to be number one, okay? We're going to be number one so quickly. It's going to happen so fast. Probably before the end of the year. And so I actually think that with the Nintendo Switch 2, we're going to outsell the Switch 1. It's going to happen. By the way, we could have done better, okay? We could have done 2, maybe even 3 times better with the sales of the Nintendo Switch if I didn't have to inherit a total mess of a company, okay? If I didn't have to inherit a mess, I think we would have sold maybe 200 or 300 million. And that's what we're going to sell, okay? That's what we're going to sell with the Nintendo Switch 2. We are going to sell 300 million units. It's so easy, folks. It's so easy. We're going to do it. And it's going to happen because we have incredible video games, okay? Nobody makes video games the way that Nintendo does, okay? We have Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? Donkey Kong Bonanza, which, by the way, is totally going to win Game of the Year 2025. It's going to happen. And then we have Mario Kart World, okay? One of the greatest, probably the greatest Mario Kart game in the history of Mario Kart. And that's saying a lot, okay? You know, by the way, we're still selling so many units. Who would even think after a decade that we'd still be selling so many units of Mario Kart 8? But Mario Kart World is going to sell even better, okay? You got to give it some time, okay? It's going to take some time. But we're going to get there. In fact, I think we'll sell so many units. It will probably be the greatest selling video game of all time. Even better than Grand Theft Auto 5. Okay? It's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know, and then they tell me that that's not possible. Okay? That's not possible. Of course it's possible. We're going to sell 300 million units of the Switch 2. So, of course, that means we're going to sell well over 250 million units of Mario Kart World. It's going to happen. It's not even a question. It's not even a question. And we're going to be so successful. Okay, we're going to be so successful that Microsoft and Sony are going to be releasing their games on our platforms. Okay, it's going to happen. They're going to be putting games on the Nintendo Switch too. And do you want to know why? It's because, and I talk about it all the time, okay? I talk about it all the time. It's because Nintendo, great things.